The P-pop formula looks straightforward at first. Strong verses, high-impact choreography, and a presence that instantly pulls you in. You see the intensity, hear the bars, and feel the momentum. When it comes to SB19, you're looking at 5 distinct forces, each playing a vital role. Pablo leads with vision, Stell delivers soaring vocals, Ken commands through movement, Justin anchors the group visually. And then there's Josh Cullen, the main rapper, the eldest kuya, and a magnetic performer. His purpose is unmistakable, etched into the lighting, carried by the beat, and delivered through every line he spits. But what if the most crucial work is done long before the spotlight ever turns on? What if a kingdom's real power doesn't lie in what's visible, but in the structure hidden beneath it? We recognize Josh Cullen as SB19's main rapper and their dependable kuya. But what if the group's true foundation wasn't shaped only by his intense delivery on stage, but by his quiet resilience and long-term thinking years before debut? This is the story of how SB19's core was formed through struggle, and how Josh Cullen's path helped build everything that followed. This isn't just the story of a rapper, it's the story of a builder. To understand SB19's rise, you have to look beyond the spotlight and into the life of the man who helped shape it from the ground up. Before his name was linked to P-pop greatness, he was simply Josh Cullen Santos, a young man from Las Piñas living far from anything glamorous. His journey didn't begin in polished studios, but in hardship, the kind that either wears you down or hardens you. Raised by a single mother and never knowing his biological father, Josh grew up facing severe financial struggles. Struggles so heavy they disrupted his education and delayed his high school graduation. In a raw vlog, he later shared an even more painful truth, admitting he suffered abuse from a nanny while his mother was away working. Looking back during an interview tied to his Lost and Found album, he explained that his childhood ended far too soon, and that only now is he learning how to truly enjoy life. This wasn't the story of a boy chasing fame, it was the reality of a boy trying to endure. By the age of 15, he was already providing for himself and helping support his family. He worked as a computer technician and later in a call center, carrying responsibilities far beyond what most teenagers ever face. His work ethic was fueled by the pressure to support his family, a pressure that might have broken others, only sharpened him. Even amid all that, his love for performing remained. Before SB19, Josh was deeply involved in the local dance cover scene, where he honed his skills and learned the value of teamwork. It was there, alongside his future bandmate Stell in the dance cover group's CEO, that he first cultivated these qualities. Together, they faced competitions head-on, refining their moves and developing a chemistry that would later prove invaluable. Josh was also part of a group called Zero to Hero, or Z2, with another future bandmate, Justin. These weren't just pastimes, they were the early sketches of his future. He was already learning to lead, collaborate, and fight for goals on small stages. Long before the world took notice, he was forging connections and earning a reputation as a tireless performer. This period reveals a fundamental truth. Josh Cullen has never waited for opportunities to come to him. He creates them. He makes things happen through sheer determination and an unshakable faith in himself. The boy who had to grow up too quickly was unknowingly preparing to be the big brother, the kuya, of a group that would one day carry an entire industry on its shoulders. He wasn't just holding down jobs, he was gathering armor for the challenges to come. Every great story has a turning point, the moment when what is begins to bend toward what could be. For Josh Cullen, that moment arrived in 2016. Show BT, a South Korean entertainment company, set up in the Philippines, seeking Filipino talent to train as professional performers. Out of hundreds of hopefuls, Josh was selected to join what would eventually become a 5-member boy band. But this wasn't a golden ticket, it was just the beginning. It was an invitation to a trial by fire. What followed wasn't the instant glitz of showbiz, but years of grueling, relentless, unpaid training. The K-pop idol system is famously unforgiving, and Show BT's program was no exception. The future members of SB19 have often spoken about how intense those years were, non-stop daily sessions in singing, dancing, and physical conditioning. All of this had to be balanced alongside their day jobs, a testament to their dedication. Yet the physical strain was only half the challenge. The real test was mental. Weekly evaluations demanded high-stakes performances where their entire future hung in the balance. Josh recalls the immense pressure of those moments, the anxiety of preparing for a single performance that could make or break everything. He said that a single mistake, an off-key note, a misstep, could end your dream. The system was designed to eliminate anyone who wasn't just talented, but also exceptionally resilient. For Josh, who had already faced a lifetime of challenges, that pressure felt familiar. He understood what it meant to have everything at stake. During this intense period, his role as the oldest member of the group began to emerge. He wasn't just another trainee fighting for his own future. He became the kuya of the group. With friendships already forged with Stell and Justin from their dance cover days, he naturally became the anchor. His experience in the working world and the weight of supporting a family gave him a maturity that would prove essential for the group's survival.
While others focused solely on their own performance, Josh was already thinking about the team. He became the quiet support, the steady hand amid a storm of constant judgment and self-doubt. He didn't just endure the training, he studied it. He absorbed the confidence and style of K-pop icon G-Dragon and the relentless work ethic of BTS. At the same time, he drew inspiration from local hip-hop legends like Glock 9 and Shanti Dope, understanding that true success meant blending global excellence with a distinctly Filipino voice. This reveals another side of him. Josh wasn't just a performer, he was a student of the craft. The years at Show BT were more than a boot camp. They were a social experiment designed to forge a bond strong enough to withstand the industry's pressures. The constant threat of elimination forced the members to rely on one another, push each other, and ultimately become a united, unbreakable team. At the heart of that unit was Josh, the big brother who had already proven he could face anything life threw at him. The backbone wasn't just being trained, it was being forged, strengthened in the fires of a system that demanded nothing less than perfection. This was the point where Josh Cullen, the survivor, began transforming into Josh Cullen, the pillar. On October 26, 2018, the 5 trainees who had endured the trial finally stepped into the spotlight. Josh, Pablo, Stell, Ken, and Justin debuted as SB19 with their ballad Tala Luhav. It was meant to be their grand entrance, a showcase of their voices and years of relentless work, but the world barely noticed. The song, a heartfelt ballad about unrequited love, floundered on the charts and failed to make an impact. The response wasn't just disappointing, it was crushing. The silence was deafening. The dream they had poured everything into was on the verge of collapse. The group was close to giving up. After years of unpaid training and personal sacrifice, the market had spoken, a loud, clear, unyielding no. For most groups, that would have been the end, but this was where Josh's unseen strength, the resilience shaped by hardship, truly shone. The backbone had to hold. In this moment of despair, the group decided to make one final stand. On July 19, 2019, they released their second single, Go Up. Weeks later, they posted a dance practice video on YouTube. Raw, powerful, and flawlessly synchronized, it was the result of thousands of hours of relentless training. That video struck like lightning. It began circulating on social media, shared by a small but dedicated fan base. Then, the magic happened. A fan account on Twitter posted the video with the caption, "Here is a Filipino boy group worth standing for." The post went viral. Suddenly, the world was watching. The Go Up dance practice became their calling card, a testament to their world-class talent and unwavering dedication. It was the moment they had fought for, the moment that transformed years of struggle into recognition. It was a moment of pure skill that cut through all the noise. The video showcased their individual talents, but more importantly, it revealed their extraordinary synergy. And at the forefront was Josh. His precise movements, unwavering focus, and fiery rap verse made a statement. He wasn't just a dancer, he was a warrior. This viral moment catapulted them from obscurity to national attention. Doors that were once closed swung wide open. They began appearing on radio shows and TV programs, their story of struggle and perseverance resonating deeply with the nation. The success of Go Up wasn't luck, it was the result of the resilience embedded in the group's DNA, a victory forged by staring down failure and refusing to quit. Momentum kept building, leading to a historic moment in 2021. SB19 became the first Filipino and Southeast Asian act nominated for the Top Social Artist Award at the Billboard Music Awards, standing shoulder to shoulder with global icons like BTS, Blackpink, and Ariana Grande. This wasn't just a win for SB19, it was a triumph for P-pop and the entire Filipino music scene. It validated everything they had endured, from nerve-wracking weekly evaluations to the brink of disbandment, proving that persistence, talent, and heart could change the game. The backbone hadn't just held, it had propelled them to heights no one had imagined. Josh Cullen, the quiet survivor, had become part of a movement. With their place in the industry now secure, the roles within SB19 grew even clearer. On paper, Josh is the group's lead rapper, lead dancer, and sub-vocalist. His iconic Bente Bente verse is a perfect showcase of his raw energy and razor-sharp delivery, igniting every audience he faces. Fans and critics alike note that Josh doesn't simply perform his lines, he embodies them, delivering each word with a conviction that commands attention. Any doubts about his place in the group were silenced by powerhouse performances in songs like Gento and Crimson Zone, proving once and for all that there is no weak link in SB19. Every member of SB19 is essential, but Josh's role as the group's rap powerhouse gives their music a sharp, defining edge. Yet his importance extends far beyond the mic. Offstage, Josh plays a critical, though unofficial, role in shaping the group's artistic vision. From choreography to creative direction, he helps craft the aesthetics and narratives that have made SB19 a cultural phenomenon. This strategic oversight is a natural extension of the leadership he has always shown. From his dance cover days to the grueling trainee period, Josh hasn't just followed a vision, he has helped build it. That creative drive also extends to his own artistry. In February 2023, he stepped into a new spotlight, making his solo debut with the single Wild Tonight. It wasn't a departure from SB19, but an expansion of his artistic identity, a chance to explore a raw, edgier sound rooted in his personal journey. His debut solo album, Lost and Found, released in September 2024, is the ultimate testament. Josh describes it as his most personal work yet, tracing his path from a challenging childhood to the man and artist he is today. Tracks like 1999 pulse with raw, unfiltered angst, and the album as a whole reflects Josh reconnecting with his rock and emo roots. He's been deeply hands-on with his solo work, producing singles, conceptualizing music videos, and ensuring that his creative vision is as sharp as his rap skills. The industry has taken notice. His solo career has earned multiple awards. He was named Solo Artist of the Year at the 2024 P-pop Music Awards, and at the Wish Music Awards, he consistently took home trophies for Wisher's Choice and Breakthrough Artist. His track Get Right won Wish Hip Hop Song of the Year in 2025. On the global stage, his song Yoko Na was featured on the prestigious Grammys Global Spin series. He brought this success to the live stage with his first solo concert, the Lost and Found album concert, in September 2024 at the New Frontier Theater. The show was a landmark event in his career, eventually broadcast on national television, solidifying his position as both a powerhouse performer and a visionary artist. It was a historic first, a full P-pop solo concert. Since then, Josh has taken his story on a global tour, with stops in cities like Dubai and Hong Kong. Balancing a thriving solo career alongside the demanding schedule of one of the country's biggest groups is no small feat, yet Josh sees it as part of a larger mission. He often speaks about his desire to uplift not just himself, but the entire OPM and P-pop industry. He wants Filipino music to reach the world, creating opportunities for the artists who follow in his footsteps. This vision perfectly reflects his role as a backbone.
Josh is strengthening his own craft while simultaneously providing support and structure for the entire scene. He's not just building for SB19, he's helping shape an entire movement. Because a backbone is more than just strength, it's structure, it's support, it's the central pillar that everything else relies on. Josh's journey proves that he has been all of these at every stage of SB19's story. His pre-debut life, full of hardship, forged the unbreakable resilience the group needed to survive its darkest days. His role as the eldest kuya during the grueling trainee years provided the quiet, steady support that kept the members together under impossible pressure. And his creative vision gives the invisible framework that shapes the group's artistic identity, ensuring they continue to grow. Josh Cullen is the living, breathing embodiment of the pain-to-power journey that defines SB19's story. Josh Cullen's solo album, Lost and Found, is more than just a collection of songs. It's a mission statement, a vulnerable, open glimpse into his struggles, shared with the hope of inspiring others. He shows us that our past doesn't have to dictate our future, and that our deepest wounds can be transformed into our greatest strengths. In the end, Josh Cullen's legacy is twofold. He is the fiery rapper on stage, the magnetic performer who can command a stadium, but he is also the silent architect, the resilient survivor, the steadfast kuya. He is the foundation, the backbone that was laid long before the kingdom's walls were ever built. He is living proof that the most important part of any structure isn't always the one in the spotlight. Sometimes it's the part that has been there from the very beginning, holding everything up, ensuring that no matter how high you build, it will never collapse.